Before we start the devlog, I wanna show you some pictures I took. Okay, that's it. That's all the cool pictures I took. Also, if anyone knows who this creature is, I've been seeing him all around the places I've been riding bike, but I have no clue who he is, but he's very cool. So if anyone has any clue who this little guy is, please let me know. Hey everyone, today I'm gonna talk about how I implemented my 3D assets for my game jam submission. The idea I thought about that I see in a lot of other games is that you have a single rig, some kind of humanoid rig that you can load all the animations onto. So let's say you have two different models, model 1 and model 2, and you want them to use the same rig. Why do you want them to use the same rig? Because then you could not only reuse the rig, you can also reuse all the different animations you made for them. And if you just update the rig, it automatically adds all the new animations to the models you're using them for. So let's, for example, if you want to make a new walking animation, you don't have to only do it for this guy, you can just make it to the rig, and then it will automatically be available for all the different models you have. As you can see here, I attached two different models. First of all, the sword, so like the street sign thing, and the bunny character to the same skeleton. This makes it very easy for me to also animate the weapon while animating the character itself. But now you're probably asking yourself, well, how do I actually implement that? It's pretty simple. You open up Blender and you first of all create a single model. After you created your first model, you're gonna rig that. But after you've done that, what you can do, as you can see right here, I have both the character and the rig. What you do is you select the rig, you copy it, you create a new file, you delete everything by just pressing A and delete, and then you just copy in the rig. And what you want to do is you want to create an extra folder just for the default entity rig and save it inside of here. Now, whenever you want to create a new entity that also uses the rig, all you have to do is copy it over into the collection and the rig will appear, and you can just attach the model that you want to the rig itself. You might worry that by creating all of these different rigs that these are not the same, and by assuming that you're actually correct. All of these rigs are different. But Godot doesn't actually care about that. What Godot cares about is the naming convention of your vertex groups. So as long as the vertex group of both the model for the sword and the model for the mesh matches the different bone names of your skeleton, all your different models should be compatible with each other. This way of creating 3D models is very modular. This creates a very efficient workflow because you can not only reuse your rigs and models, you can also very easily add new animations and they will automatically be implemented for all different models. And as you can see right here, I added some very simple character animations that I can walk around, and I can even swing the weapon. I even added some very simple hit detection logic that I will use in the future for the combat system. As you can see, the animations themselves are pretty rough, not only because I'm not the greatest at animating, but also because they don't blend properly together. That is definitely something I will try to work on in the future. So I hope until the next devlog I'm gonna be able to implement all of these different systems. First I want an action manager, because it makes it a lot easier to manage the actions performed by a single entity. This is important so you can't accidentally activate two different actions at once. And it also implements the whole logic for cancelling out actions. So for example, if you start an attack, but you get attacked during it, and you have to cancel the animation, and then you get hit, and then you get hit stun and everything. I want a simple combat system, so like hitting, parrying, blocking, all of that. And I want a simple character AI, so we can actually implement enemies that we have to fight. So yeah, that's about everything. I hope you had fun or learned something while watching this devlog. Okay, bye bye!